You have my number, right?
Sir, can you please share the question again?
Share the. You were not present in the last class.
I don't know. I don't remember writing it.
So you have the notes, yes or no, from the last class?
I wrote it, but it was like I didn't write it clearly.
Fine, you have to take the classes seriously then. Watch the recording. I really don't. I mean, I hate these things. There are certain things that I hate. And so why you are attending the class? You are wasting your time also. Right, the next topic, guys. Stoichiometric coefficients. And you don't even ask me, like when I gave you 10 minutes time, you wasted those 10 minutes also. You should have said, nah, when we started talking about the question, you should have said, sir, I have not written the question. Can you please share that? Right here, stoichiometric calculations. Abdul Hamid, you have not sent me anything, no? Right here. In stoichiometric calculations, we are going to look at the amount of reactant and the amount of product that is being formed. Okay, so please write calculation of, it involves calculation of amount of reactant and product in a chemical reaction is called stoichiometric calculation. After that, you will write, this is one of the most important thing that you have to remember before doing any calculation. Please write, stoichiometric calculation can only be done for a balanced chemical reaction. For a balanced chemical reaction. Okay. So if the chemical reaction is not balanced, we will not start the stoichiometric calculations. Okay. Now let us understand when we talk about reaction, what actually happens in a reaction. Okay. So if I have N2 plus H2, it will react to form ammonia, that is NH3. So first of all, you are going to balance it. So we have 2 nitrogens. So I will add 2 here, and hydrogen 3 2s are 6. So there will be 3 2s are 6 hydrogens here. That is fine, correct. Yeah, किसमें लिख रहे हैं विशिता? What do you use for writing?
So today I didn't have my notebook. It's finished, so I'm writing in my iPad.
Okay. So, but you don't. It's fine. I mean, I've never seen someone who make. Is there anyone who you know that makes notes on iPad?
Most of my friends do it.
Most of your friends make. Okay. Abdul Hamid has no. I really don't know the experience of that. Although I am writing all my notes right now in OneNote, approximately equal. But yeah, there are few good things here. For example, if I want to search something, I can search it easily. Like even if I search balance, then it will be looking for this balanced here. So those things are fine. But I don't know really. I think the problem would be like, at least for my mind, I can say that my mind works in a way that, okay, it was on the right page or it was on the left page, or it was on the right page, top hand side. The answer was on right hand. That topic is there. So I remember it in that particular order. And if I will read from my iPad, I think I will not be very much habituated. Maybe if someone is starting started writing notes with iPad, then their brain may work a bit differently. But at least not for me. Fair. So when we look at this reaction, now it is balanced. So what is happening here? Another thing that you have to identify is what is the stoichiometric coefficient of each of the reactant and the product. So for nitrogen, the stoichiometric coefficient is 1. For hydrogen, it is 3. And for ammonia, it is 2. So right, all of these things are what? All of these things are stoichiometric coefficient. Now, these things, they don't have a role. This 2, and this 3 ammonia, they don't have a role in the stoichiometric calculation. They only have role in balancing. When you are balancing, you have to write those atoms in that way. But when you are doing stoichiometric calculation, only the coefficients are going to be used. Only the coefficients are going to be used. Now, what happens here actually is we have one nitrogen molecule. It reacts with three hydrogen molecules to give 2 ammonia molecules. So a reaction actually happens in terms of molecules. Okay, so I will put this thing here and I want to write a few things. So you can understand reaction. It basically happens in a molecular level. If I talk about molecules, just a second, guys. So if I talk about molecules, then nitrogen's one molecule will react with 3 molecules of hydrogen, and it will react with 2 molecules of, and it will give you 2 molecules of ammonia. Now, obviously, we don't do anything in the molecular level. We don't talk about one molecule. We cannot even take one molecule. So that is why we have to take a certain amount, and that amount is in terms of moles. So we understand each reaction in terms of moles, even though it happens in terms of molecule, but we understand it in terms of moles, because when we are taking any reaction, when we are doing any reaction, moles are involved. We don't have one molecule, rather there are a large number of molecules which are involved. And also molecules and moles, they are directly proportional. That means if you have one molecule and 3 molecules of H2 giving you 2 molecules of ammonia, so you can directly write 1 mole of nitrogen gas will react with 3 moles of hydrogen gas, and it is going to give you 2 moles of ammonia gas. Now, this is something in terms of what? This is something in terms of moles. Sometimes you will be given particles. So particles, molecules, all of these are same things only. So you don't have to worry. When you have been given particles, then particles means molecules only. After this, we want to talk about in terms of the mass. Because when you are taking N2, you will take their mass. When you are taking H2, you will take their mass. You will get the mass of ammonia. So if I talk about mass, please write. Then 1 mole of nitrogen. What is the mass of 1 mole of nitrogen? In 1 mole of nitrogen, I can say it is 1 upon nitrogen's mass is 28. Yes or no, please tell me.
Yes, sir.
This many moles will be there. Correct, guys? Hi, Anna. Right?
Yes,
or
sir.
rather, what I can say, I can say that 1 mole of nitrogen, it weighs how much? It weighs 28 grams. So 28 grams of ammonia will react with, what is the mass of hydrogen here? What is the mass of, so here we have 3 moles of H2. That means 6 grams of hydrogen. And it is going to give you, what is the molar mass of ammonia? 14 plus 3, that is equal to 17 into 2 will be equal to 34. Will give you 34 grams of ammonia. Is this clear, guys? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is in terms of mass. But if I talk in the terms about volume, so for volume, what is the volume of 1 mole of N2? It is 22.4 liters. 3 moles will have 3 into 22.4 liters. And in the terms of ammonia, I can write 2 into 22.4 liters because all of these are gases and the molar volume of a gas is 22.4 liters. So we have certain different, we can say that ways of looking into reactions. We can talk in terms of molecule, in terms of moles, in terms of mass, in terms of volume, right? So for mass, what I will do rather is write it like this so that it will be more clear. So I will write 1 into 28. I will write 3 into 2 grams. And I will write 2 into 17 grams. So this 1 corresponds to here, this 3 corresponds to this 3, and this 2 corresponds to this 2 moles. Is everything clear till here? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what I can see here is, please see, now I want to talk about something that is very crucial, that is moles to coefficient ratio. MCR, mole coefficient ratio, mole to coefficient ratio, mole to coefficient ratio, MCR. Okay. So what is the number of moles of N2? Number of moles of N2 is 1. What is its coefficient? It is also equal to 1. So 1 by 1. What is the number of moles of H2? It is 3. And its coefficient is also 3. So 3 by 3, which will be also equal to 1 by 1, which is equal to 1. This is equal to 1. And what is the number of moles of ammonia? It is 2. Its coefficient, it is also so 2 by 2. So what I can really see here is that all the mole to coefficient ratio is same in a balanced chemical reaction. Can you see that? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, this is for an example of N2. Now I will write regarding a general reaction. Please write moles to coefficient ratio. This is the main important topic that we have to use. Moles to coefficient ratio. MCR. Now, if you remember class 10th standard quadratic equation, we write quadratic equation as ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, right? So this is the standard form of writing. Now, so whenever you are giving any example, when you want to talk in a general form, you write this. So similarly, in chemistry, a general reaction is given as AA plus BB gives you CC plus DD. Now, small a, small b, small c, and small d, these are stoichiometric coefficients of each of the reactant and the product. Okay, each of the reactant and the product. Now, if I want to talk about MCR, what I am talking about MCR, please see. MCR will be number of moles of A, capital A. Capital A is the chemical species. Number of moles of A, that will be divided by small a. Then this will be number of moles of B divided by small b. Number of moles of C divided by small c. Number of moles of D will be divided by small d. Now, in terms of mass, MCR in mass. So I can convert number of moles in terms of mass. What is number of moles? Number of moles is given mass by molar mass. So I can write it like this. In terms of mass, I will write the given mass of A divided by the molar mass of A multiplied by the stoichiometric coefficient. Given mass of B divided by molar mass of B into the stoichiometric coefficient. The given mass of C divided by the molar mass of C multiplied by the stoichiometric coefficient C. The given mass of D divided by the molar mass of B multiplied by the stoichiometric coefficient D. If you want to talk about volume, so as you can see, volume and moles, they are directly proportional. So you can write MCR in volume. So volume of A will be divided by A. Volume of B will be divided by B, small b. Volume of C will be divided by small c, and volume of D will be divided by small d. So these are the MCR in terms of volume, and in terms of number of molecules or number MCR in number of particle. So for number, I will use the sign hash. Hash means number. Number of A molecules divided by the coefficient number of A molecules. The number of B molecules divided by B. The number of C molecules divided by C. And the number of D molecules divided by D. ठीक है. So basic idea is same. We are starting with the MCR, that is mole to coefficient ratio, and mole to coefficient ratio can be represented in different terms in terms of mass, volume, and number of particles. So write this down. It's going to be easy. Don't worry about it. Okay. So I have given you all the cases. बहुत आसान हो जाएगा आपके लिए. बस MCR को बराबर करना पड़ेगा. That's it.
So what's the last one? MCR in number of
Particles, number of molecules, number of atoms. Okay, it can be anything. Number of particles. Is everyone done? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, I will talk about numericals and the types of numericals that can be made from this particular topic. Okay. Thank you. We have reactant and product. So if I talk about numericals, so numerical can either ask you about the number, about the amount of, they will ask, question will be determine the amount of product form, or the question will be determine the amount of reactant required. Okay. So the question can be either reactant required, okay, or the question can be product form. And amount of product, not what product, product form. Okay, so if they're asking you about the reactant required, they will give you the amount of product. And if they have given you amount of product, then what you are going to do, please see, very easy. MCR of reactant or rather I should write like this. Wait a second. Reactant MCR will be equal to product MCR. ठीक है, that's it. यही करना बस आपको. रिएक्टेंट का MCR will be equal to product का MCR. ये लगा दीजिए, आपका आंसर बिल्कुल आ जाएगा. ठीक है, एग्जाम्पल देंगे तब आपको थोड़ा सा मेरी इस बात पे मतलब समझ में आ जाएगा क्या हम कहना चाह रहे हैं. MCR of reactant will be equal to the MCR of product. ठीक है, what we will do, reactant MCR is equal to product. ये याद रखना है बस आप. ठीक है, उसके बाद सारी चीजें आपको खुद ब खुद आ जाएंगी. After this, if they are asking about the product form, then there are two different cases in the product form also. Okay, so first case is only one reactant given. You have been given only amount of one reactant is given. When the amount of only one reactant is given and they're asking product form, तो आप बस लिख दीजिएगा product का MCR will be equal to reactant MCR and you can proceed. ये starting point होना चाहिए. Basically दिक्कत ये होती है बच्चों को कि start कहाँ से करें ना? Where you have to start? And always remember, you have to start with balanced chemical reaction, then the numerical will come. First of all, you should have a balanced chemical reaction. Okay, and you will be having problem there also. Understand that. You'll be also having problems in the balancing of chemical reaction and in identifying the chemical reaction also. Product MCR is equal to reactant MCR. Now, if the amount of 2 or more is given, amount of 2 or more reactant is given. Okay. Now, after this, when the amount of 2 or more reactant is given, then what you need to do? You need to determine the, first of all is determine limiting reagent. Determine limiting reagent. Now, what is limiting reagent? Reactant with smallest value of MCR. MCR, ठीक है ना? MCR, and MCR. Reactant with smallest value of MCR is limiting reagent. So once you have identified the limiting, this is your first step. And second step will be the amount of product, yani product MCR. You will equate this to the limiting reagents MCR. And you will not get any other question. Only, first of all, two types of question: reactant is required or the product form is required. And if the reactant is required, they will give you the amount of product. So you can write reactant MCR is equal to product MCR. If the amount of one reactant is given, product MCR is equal to reactant MCR. Product of amount of two or more reactant is given, then only we will determine the limiting reagent. Once we add, how to determine limiting reagent? You determine the MCR of all the reactants. And the reactant with the smallest value of MCR will be the limiting reagent. And after that, what we will do, product MCR is equal to limiting reagents MCR. Is this clear? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. इसके अलावा there are a few things that you require. Prerequisites. This is a topic that we are studying. In order to understand this topic, there are some prerequisites. You need to know how to balance the chemical reaction. Number one, balance chemical reaction. ये आपको आना चाहिए. Second, you should know the molar masses of certain things. Generally, molar mass is given, but you should know certain things regarding the molar mass. For example, carbon, oxygen, all of these things you should know if the questioner has not given. Third is basic maths, linear equation in one variable. When I say maths, linear equation in one variable, you should be able to solve linear equation in one variable. Because we are getting equations here, right? And there will be having only one variable. Okay? So third thing that you should know is linear equation in one variable. If you understand these things, then the topic of stoichiometry is no problem. Well, please write this down. Let me know once you're done, and then we will write a question. And believe me, a stoichiometric coefficient, the topic, stoichiometric calculation, the topic is done. We will be able to do any question from now on using these three terms only. Basically, we are using one thing only: moles to coefficient ratio. Okay. Right, next question. (16 grams of CH4 is combusted. Calculate the amount of CO2 formed. Okay, calculate the amount of CO2 formed. Now, first thing is that there is no reaction given here, but because you have passed the 10th standard, NCERT, CBSE, and everyone expects you to know what is combustion, right? To know what is combustion. Combustion is basically reaction with oxygen. So CH4 plus O2. And when carbon reacts with oxygen, it will give you carbon dioxide. When hydrogen reacts with oxygen, it is going to give you water molecules, right? So carbon plus oxygen, CO2, hydrogen reacts, and it will give you water. When you are going to balance it, is it balanced? I don't think so, no? O2. So I think there will be 2 here, and 2 here, fine? Now, after this, once you have written the balanced chemical reaction, you will identify the important, or rather you will identify where you have to focus. So you have to focus on the amount of reactant what is given and the amount of product that is asked. So for me, CH4 is given and CO2 is asked, so I will not look at anything else. Once it is balanced, I will look at CH4 and I will look at CO2. I will look at CH4 and I will look at CO2. Okay. Now what I will do, tell me, what type of question is this? Reactant is asked or product is asked? Is it asking you to calculate the amount of product or reactant?
Product, sir.
And how many reactants they have given the amount for? They have given the amount of one reactant or more than one?
One
One
reactant, sir.
One reactant, right? So what we will do, tell me. Product MCR is equal to
Reactant MCR.
Reactant MCR. What is product MCR? See, product is what? CO2. So product MCR will be C here. CO2, now we have to focus on only on CO2, and here I have to focus on CH4. So I am asking the MCR of CO2. So given mass of CO2, it's not given. Divide by the molar mass of CO2 into its stoichiometric coefficient, that is equal to 1. This will be equal to the given mass of CH4 divided by the molar mass of CH4 into the stoichiometric coefficient, that is 1. हाँ जी बताएं. Or if you can write this, yes or no, please tell me.
Yes, sir.
We have that is why I've written everything in the previous, like when we were doing the generalized form. Now, what is the given mass of CO2? We have to find that actually. So the mass of CO2, we have to find it out, will be equal to the mass of CH4. The mass of CH4 given is 16 grams. Molar mass of CH4 is 16 grams multiplied by the molar mass of CO2, it is 44, right? So you will cancel both of these things. You will get mass of CO2 as 16 grams. That's it. Got it, guys? Yes or no, please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Now you have to see what is, see, if they are asking, if they have given the mass, you will tell the mass in the product also. I will see another question in which we are using moles. So when they are using moles, if you write it, if you write the answer in terms of moles, that would be fine. Rather, I think I should do a similar question. All of you done? Yes or no, please tell me.
Sir, isn't it supposed to be 44 grams?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
My bad, yeah. वो जल्दी में हमने दूसरी चीजें कट कर दी. 16 कट करेंगे. Thank you, guys. This will be 44. Done writing now?
Yes, sir.
Right, next question. (16 grams of CH4 reacts with 16 grams of CH4 reacts with 16 grams of O2. Calculate the amount of O2 form. So first of all, reaction. Even before talking about the type of numerical, we'll start with the chemical reaction, balanced chemical reaction. CH4 plus O2 gives CO2 plus H2, water, balancing 2 here and 2 here. Okay. Now we are going to look at the type of problem. So what is asked, product or reactant?
Product, sir.
Product. And amount of one reactant is given or more than one?
More than one, sir.
So what we will do first, I think, did I write something here? Amount of 2 or more. So you have been given 2. Okay, so what we are going to do, first of all, determine the, what is the first step here? When we have been given the amount of 2 or more reactants, what is the first step?
Determine the
limiting reagent.
Determine limiting reagent. So for that, I need to find the reactant with least MCR. So I will find the MCR of all the reactants. So I will first of all find the MCR of CH4. MCR of CH4. Tell me, what will be the formula? Mass is given, na? So mass of CH4 divided by molar mass of CH4 multiplied by the stoichiometric coefficient, that is 1. Mass of CH4 is 16, molar mass is 16 into 1 will be equal to 16, will cancel, the MCR is equal to 1. then MCR of product. Then sorry, MCR of O2. MCR of O2. The given mass of O2 divided by the molar mass of O2 into the stoichiometric coefficient. What is the stoichiometric coefficient?
2.
2. Given mass of oxygen?
16.
16 divided by molar mass of oxygen?
32.
32. Correct. Multiplied by 2. So 16 2s are 32. This will be 1 by 4. So which is lesser? Tell me, guys.
O2. MCR of
O2. है ना? O2 will be lesser. So what I will write? Limiting O2 is limiting reagent. O2 is limiting reagent. Is this clear? Yes or no? Tell me. Now after that, what I will write? Please see. See, I have to determine the amount of CO2. So what I will write? MCR of CO2 will be equal to MCR of
O2.
limiting reagent. What is limiting reagent?
Limiting
O2.
reagent.
है ना? O2 is the limiting reagent, right? So MCR of CO2 will be the given mass of CO2 divided by the molar mass of CO2 multiplied by the stoichiometric coefficient, that is equal to 1. MCR of O2 we have already found, it is equal to 1 by 4. है ना? So now the mass of CO2 formed will be equal to 1 by 4 into the molar mass of CO2, that is equal to 44. You will cancel this, you will get 11 grams. All of you got this? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
ठीक है, अब बस यहाँ पे एक और चीज आप लोग कर लीजिए. What is the amount of H2O formed? Can you please calculate the amount of H2O formed? You will do MCR of H2O will be equal to MCR of O2, because H2O is also a product. Please try to calculate the amount of H2O formed. You guys are having problem. Send your answers quickly. Amount of H2O formed. Look at the stoichiometric coefficient of H2O. Okay, don't forget the stoichiometric coefficient of H2O. Yes, Rishita, correct. Very good. Abdul Hamid, Aqib, Mariam, आपको समझ में आया ये?
Sir, I'm trying.
ट्राई तो कर रहे हैं आप, लेकिन आप शो नहीं करते अपना वर्क, है ना, वो दिक्कत है बहुत बड़ी. I have to see to understand कि आपको प्रॉब्लम का बहुत सारी दिक्कत. I mean you can have problem in many steps. ठीक है, take 1 more minute, not more than that. Akib, what about you? Akib,
Solving, sir. 2 minutes, please.
no, 1 more minute and then you will show me. Abdul Hamid, 1 more minute, not more than that, and then you will send me whatever you have done. You don't need to find the MCR. I mean, you don't need to find the limiting reagent. We have already found the limiting reagent. Okay. For a reaction, you don't need to find the limiting reagent. I mean, again and again. Okay, guys, please send your answers. नहीं, आंसर क्या? मरियम, turn your mic on. आप लोग तो फोटो भेजने में तो लाख लगा देते हैं. मरियम, turn your mic on.
Yes,
Tell me
sir.
what you have in the first step after this. Wrong. Akib, MCR नहीं लगाया, गलत आंसर आ गया. Very nice. Tell me, Mariam, H2O is
MCR,
reactant or MCR?
H2 is reactant product.
So MCR of, tell me,
H2O is equal
H2O.
to MCR of CH4.
Why CH4? Why CH4?
MCR of O2, CO2.
CO2. Why CO2? No, I'm just asking why CO2. Yes, Abdul Hamid. Okay. So, Mariam, a step back. Okay, Mariam, fine. Okay, we'll take a
Yes.
step back. We'll take a step back. Don't worry. Let us look at this question. In this question, the amount of how many reactant has been given, 1 or 2?
2 reactants.
2 reactants. So look what we do, and we want to calculate the amount of product, right? So amount of,
Yes.
so MCR of product is equal to what we have written in that flow chart.
Product MCR.
Product MCR is equal to
Reactant MCR.
reactant MCR. Send me the photo quickly, Mariam. You have a phone?
Yes.
You have my number?
Yes.
Send me the photo of that flow chart you have made.
Okay.
So, oh, wait a second. So what you have written? See, No, numericals, reactant required product form, then question mark. Okay, after product form there is question mark na, या मैंने लिखा question mark.
Okay.
There's a question mark, so they are asking about the product form. ठीक है. Another thing is, so at last see na, product MCR is equal to what you have written. आपने लिखा तो सही. रिएक्टेंट कहाँ है यार, कहाँ देख रहे हो आप मरियम? At the at the extreme right corner na, amount of 2 or more reactant is given, determine limiting that one.
Yes,
Na,
yes. Product
So what is
MCR
it?
is limiting reagent MCR.
Is equal to MCR of limiting reagent ना, तो reactant पे आप
Yeah.
क्यों बोल रहे हैं बताइए? So
So it should
MCR
be
of product
O2. MCR of O2.
is everything there in the notes, yes or no मरियम?
Yes, it's there.
है ना, तो थोड़ा ध्यान से, है ना, ठीक है? आप चीजों को ना, देखिए हम एक बात करेंगे थोड़ा सा, आप चीजों को रटने की कोशिश मत कीजिए अभी कि सर ने कैसे कैसे किया था, कैसे कैसे किया था, कैसे, ये नहीं. थोड़ा इत्मीनान से हम लोग पढ़ेंगे, कहाँ पे सर ने इसका कंसेप्ट पढ़ाया था उसको पढ़. समझ में आ रही मरियम?
Yes, sir.
सर ने कैसे किया था उस पर आप बहुत ज्यादा फोकस नहीं करेंगे, आप फोकस करेंगे कि नोट्स में मेरे कहाँ पे ये कंसेप्ट कराया है सर. ठीक है. MCR of O2. Now what is MCR of H2O बताइए, कैसे लिख सकते हैं इसको?
Mass of H2O
Mass of H2O divided by
molar mass of H2O into 1.
into
The stoichiometric.
so what is the stoichiometric coefficient of H2O in the reaction?
2.
Very good. 2 will be equal to, what is the MCR of O2?
1/4.
Very good. 1/4, right? So molar mass of H2O, you know what is the molar mass of H2O? So 2 I have multiplied there.
18.
And the molar 18. So molar mass of H2O will be multiplied here, correct?
Yes.
So 2 2s are 4
2.
and 2 9s are 18. So the mass of H2O will be equal to 9 grams.
9. Okay.
कितना आसान था बताइए, है ना? थोड़ा इत्मीनान से कीजिए, ठीक, थोड़ा इत्मीनान से कीजिए. एंड थोड़ा सा जब भी आपका दिमाग ना सर ने कैसे किया याद करने की कोशिश करें, तो उसको आप जाइए वापस से नोट्स को पलटिए ना. ट्राई टू हैव अ वेरी गुड रिलेशनशिप विथ योर नोट्स, कि नोट्स में यहाँ पे ये चीजें, यहाँ पे ये चीजें, बिल्कुल एक एक चीज आप अपने नोट्स को जान जाइए. केमिस्ट्री सारी तो आपके नोट्स में ही है. आप अगर अपने नोट्स को अच्छी तरह से जान जाएंगे, एटलीस्ट लोकेशन जान जाए आप ना, ये चीज यहाँ लिखा है, ये चीज उस पर भी बहुत ज्यादा आपको हेल्प मिलेगा. ठीक है, चलिए.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
आपके आपने तो बहुत गलती की है ना, MCR आपने यूज ही नहीं किया, आंसर आपका गलत ही आएगा. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे
Yes,
यूज दी
sir.
MCR मेथड. Abdul Hamid, did you get 9 grams or what did you get? Since 1 mole of, ये स्कूल में आपको ऐसे ही कराया गया है. हाँ कर,
Yes, sir.
नहीं तो उसको वैसे भी कराया जा सकता है भाई, राइटिंग द स्टेटमेंट्स, वो भी यूज किया जा सकता है, बट इवन आई यूज्ड टू टीच दैट वे. लेकिन ये MCR वाला मेथड इट्स वेरी इजी, है ना. तो इसमें बच्चों को बस एक चीज याद रखनी पड़ती है कि MCR ऑफ रिएक्टेंट विल बी इक्वल टू MCR ऑफ प्रोडक्ट, और जब 2 से ज्यादा हो तो लिमिटिंग रिएजेंट है. लिमिटिंग रिएजेंट इज नथिंग. So here you have to remember only the concept of MCR, nothing else, and then you have to see what is equal to what.
Okay, sir.
चलिए. So please revise all the questions that we have done. Your chapter is theoretically it is completely over. You have to look at a few numericals, है ना? And obviously please come to tomorrow's class, because chemistry, when we talk about physical chemistry, and also in terms of, you will see, if you will see physics also and maths also, so everything is income.